Hello and welcome to today's Skylark Soundbite, where I have the privilege of being able to share a few minutes with you and to give you some thoughts that I've had over the last, 24 hours or so. In yesterday's Soundbite, Pete gave a beautiful message around the importance of staying kind and continuing to look out for others. And I wanted to share you some things that have happened over the last day or so where I've had various phone calls and I've been speaking to people in the business world, and only this morning I was speaking to a dear friend who is kind of working out what the next season looks like for his business. Yesterday I spoke to a dear friend who was telling me about the struggles of isolation and what that brings. And I guess the first thing that came to mind was, I wish we could just go and have a cup of coffee and we could catch up and I could give you a hug and, we could look at each other in the eyes and say, it's going to be all right. But with the new norm in place, we just sadly don't have that ability to do that. But thankfully we have technology where we can text or WhatsApp, and there are various ways of checking in. But I guess for me, I've really missed that whole physical side of just, a hug or a formal handshake or whatever it may be. But those days are coming back. In our staff meeting this morning over Zoom, Nikki shared about Psalm 23, and I'm going to share it with you in a minute. But the Psalms is this beautiful book in the Bible where the psalmist, in different chapters, he shares his heart. He shares the highs and he shares the great stuff that's happening. And then maybe a few chapters later, he's sharing his loss or he's lamenting. There is this up and down commentary in the Psalms, and we get to kind of feel the heart of this psalmist who's sharing it all. Psalm 23 is a psalm that I think a lot of us have heard before, and I'm just going to share with you and share some thoughts around that. I'm reading from the King James Version, which is a bit of an old school version, but it's a beautiful, beautiful bit of scripture. Psalm 23 says this: "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures, and he leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul, and he leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake." And this is the bit. "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. You are my rod and your staff. They comfort me and protect me." Now, the scripture goes on, but I wanted to just share with you something that has really kind of helped me, I suppose, over the last few days as I've spoken to friends and family and all different people that are going through different things. As I walk through the valley of the shadow, for there to be a shadow, there needs to be light. And for me, I'm finding that even though we're all walking through this different stuff, whatever that may be, there is still light present. And that light for me is Jesus. And what it says to me about the Psalms and Jesus, and I guess my faith as a Christian, is that God is not absent. In fact, I think he's fully present, parachuting in and being amongst us and experiencing it with us. That as we walk through those valleys, whatever they may look like, Jesus is fully present. I don't know what your week is looking like, but I know that with these sound bites, there is the ability in the comment section to put down prayer requests or to let us know how we can be thinking of you or supporting you. And we would love as a church to continue to stand with you, to pray with you, to be in this all together. These are interesting times, and I know for some people it's harder. It's just hard, isn't it? But the psalmist shows us that we can get through this, that God is fully present. And so as we come to the end of this soundbite, my prayer is that you would know that God is close, that God is not absent, God is not somewhere else, but that actually he's fully present in this as we navigate what these next few weeks and months look like. So I pray that you and your families would continue to stay safe, that you would know that we are for you, that we are praying, and that, the end is coming, and that God is still fully present with us. So may you have a safe day. May you be blessed. And God bless you. Take care.